And what's up, Parlay P? How we doing, man?
See, I thought that the intro that you were giving us was about to be like a '90s bull intro. I thought that you'd be like, "And now."
No,
That's what it
man.
sounded like you were saying. But I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing today, Lee?
Man, not too bad. I had a pretty good day until this soundboard thing happened when I was trying to get everything set up and spilled a beer on it. Um, it's not
Okay,
the
I had a
first.
little bit of delay myself.
It's not the first piece of important technology that I spilt booze on and messed it up.
What was
Sophomore
the
year at
other technology?
Sophomore year at Morehouse. I do believe it was sophomore year, maybe junior year. No, it was junior year. I was drinking some wine, Carlos Rossi Sangria to be exact, if you want to call that wine.
Sounds like Kool-Aid with liquor, but go ahead.
And I spilt it. I was like doing some schoolwork or probably tweeting or something, and I like knocked the glass over, and it just spilled all over my laptop. And then in college, fucking up your laptop is a problem. And I didn't have money to get my laptop fixed, nor did I want to call my mom and ask her for the $1,000 that it would cost to get it fixed because,
Well, at that point, she might as well get you a new one.
but no, I had active work and papers and I had stuff on. I needed the computer. I didn't
Right.
need a
This
new
was
one.
when USBs were no longer. We had cloud.
Well, no, this is pre-cloud. This
Yeah, so you
is
didn't have it on a
yeah.
USB.
Well, I didn't have everything on a USB. I didn't have, and so I ended up getting a hard drive after this computer died, and I backed it up, and now I have like so many external hard drives with so much stuff on it because of that.
A
But
lot of
long
RAM.
story short, yeah. But long story short, I did half a semester without a laptop as a like
Well,
sophomore, no,
you
junior
said
in college,
sophomore year though, so you weren't into
no
your
junior,
junior year.
no, no, no. It was
Oh,
junior year because I wasn't in my major.
well, that's when it matters.
So I had to like take notes the old-fashioned way, and I would write my papers in the ROTC building. I'll
Probably
go
made
just
you
go
more
to the unit.
studious student, though.
No,
No,
no, not at all. No. You
you're
know, Boink.
still fucking around, huh?
Well, here's what Boink said after I graduated. He was like, Adam, when you left, man, my GPA like really went up. I didn't realize you didn't really do shit. I was like, no, bro, I was a poli sci major. Most of the semester, I was supposed to be reading and writing a few papers. So I only worked like junior, senior year when you're deep in your major, I'm only doing work on days that I'm writing papers.
Well, shout outs to Boink, just because in general, I understand where he's coming from because that meant that we were in a serious major because we were all in Bank of America where you kind of had to, you could finesse your way, but you had to fucking do work. You had to do work in that building.
Hey, look here. I was a part of the second largest department in school.
Aren't we the largest?
Yeah, niggas go to Morehouse for three things: business, preaching, and politics/law.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, though.
You went for business. I did the politics.
Makes a lot of sense. It does. I'm telling you, it makes a ton of sense. Now, back to the beginning of me asking why, when was the first time? I was a little shocked. I thought that you were going to say my sex toy robot.
Why would you say that? I don't have a sex toy robot.
I know you don't, but we can joke around on this channel. I don't see anything wrong with that. Way to take the fun out of the joke.
Hey, you want to hear a funny sex toy story?
Yes, I like to laugh.
There was a time in my life, and I was in a distance relationship, and so we ordered a molding kit.
Oh man, I already know where this is going, but continue, please.
It didn't work. We bought like two molding kits, like one for each of us, so we could, take it with us. Make the
Oh, you did it
FaceTime.
before you left.
Yeah. Like, well, no,
It
like
wasn't like
I went
delivered like sent.
like so we I don't know if I think we maybe had them delivered to me, maybe her, I don't remember. And then like I flew out there and then we hung out for a long weekend and then before we left we were gonna do make our toys for each other. Yeah, we fucked up and we didn't make the toys. It just didn't work.
I have never used a sex toy.
Me neither.
Well, you tried to.
Well, yes, but I was in a relationship and we weren't in the same geographic location, and we wanted to simulate as much as possible so we
But
could
you used it then.
maintain.
You used it. It just didn't work.
No. Like I'm talking about, like in the molding process, in the drying and all of that.
Oh, it never even got completed.
We couldn't get it right.
Not to throw Mr. Turner's business out there. I'm sure he doesn't mind me sharing this story. I actually went to a sex store with him once and a someone, and basically he bought or she bought the kit. Now, I'm a guy. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what they do. But it was the idea of how comfortable, and like she's asking me questions. I'm like, well, it's his penis. It's like, like I don't understand why you're asking me about this. But
You know what? He's the right guy to go to a sex store with. If you know what I mean, I feel like he knows his way around one.
we all, so it wasn't just us three. It wasn't like it was just us three or something. But like, because Justice was with us, and then there was like another chick. I think it might have been another chick. I think it might have been. It was like 6 of us that went in. But none of us, wasn't fucking the other two, nor was Justice. So it's like they're the two that fuck. And so it's kind of like, well, we're just in there. But because we all rode together. And it was an interesting experience. But I know he bought one. I'm sure he could tell you probably a little bit more about how that should work. Or if it did work. I don't know if it worked for him either. I was just there the day they bought it.
I was about to say you want me to call him, but our technology's down, so we can't even take phone calls.
We can get that in the group chat.
I wasn't gonna really call him.
Well, we can get it in the group chat one way or another. We could just say, or I'll bring it up. I'll be like, hey, we were talking on the pod, and Judy, you remember that time that we went to Tokyo Valentino and you did this, that, and the third, and there's a gay dude working. Justice was getting hit on. I was like, Justice, you need to handle that. Like, nigga, you need to handle that. But
what do you mean handle that? Like, get a handle on him? Get a good grip?
He wasn't flirting with me. As far as I'm concerned, I was just there. But I was a guy. I was an NPC.
I was hanging out in Buckhead a few months ago. I had a friend in town, actually from New York. Land of the liars.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was pulling up to the crib that we were all hanging out at, I saw the sex store, and then I saw they got the little ledger.
You're right. It's the one right by the strip. It's not a strip club. I know what store you're talking about. It's like right off an exit, right?
Yes, that place. That place looks like they have a back room.
They do. It's like a strip team. I've never been, but I know where it is. I literally know what you're talking about.
And so I thought it seems like they have some entertainment that goes on in there. And there's a part of me that's super curious of what's going on in there, but I don't necessarily want to visit.
It's either a theater or it is a, like, it's not I don't want to say it's a strip club.
I feel like
that's the worst.
I feel like it's a legal brothel. They got good coded language for it, kind of like the rub and tugs, like the massage.
Hell, there's a lot of rub and tugs on that same road. But like, actually, that dude, I hate to bring it up like this, that dude that shot up the one, it was like on that same road. So,
yeah. So I just, I was, sometimes you get curious about things, and you want to know what's going on, but you can't go find out, because the last thing I want to do is walk in and it's a fucking theater. And Buddy Buddy in there is just got his whole loaf out and lubing it up to, test the product.
He's gooned out.
Yeah, and it's just like, hey.
Because that's the term for it now. It's being a gooner.
No, I didn't know that. I'm 34.
No, I me either, but I know the term. It's called being a gooner.
Yeah, I'm not a
I
YN
think a
man.
goon, pause, I guess, in relation to how I'm talking about it. I think about how Plies would be like, hell, one of his albums is called something goon or something.
Certified goon or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's wearing the mask. Now it's just a shiesty. It's not just like a ski mask. It's like a shiesty. So like that's what. But these guys, they goon. That's what they seriously. That's what they call it now. It's like
I believe you. You know, when I think of goon, you know what I think of? Goonie.
Yeah.
You know Goonie?
Like a gangster, damn near. But like
no. Do you know Goonie?
Oh, like the movie.
No, the person.
No, I think about the movie The Goonies.
No. So Goonie is a person. I want to say he's from New York, land of the liars. He went to Clark Atlanta in like the mid-ish 2000s.
He's a rapper or something.
No, he's a street nigga. And
he's known for being a street nigga.
No, I know him personally because he used to be at Toronto's
you're
house.
asking if I knew somebody that
named Goonie. Yeah, like he was one of them Pearce's niggas that would be at Goldmouth's house.
Maybe I met him. I know I went over there a couple times, but there's one specific night, obviously, that we both remember very well. I unless you remember him being there, I couldn't tell you. No.
What night do we remember very well at Goldmouth's?
We smoked in the Escalade, and Sierra and Leanne were there, and so was I think Tati might have been there too, but like
drought. Yeah. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not. Yeah, no, not then.
But that was at Goldmouth. That's what I'm saying. It was that night.
Yeah, no. You know, I had a really nice Michael Kors jacket that I got from Dillard's one day. You know, it was just a nice like basic black jacket that you just throw on with anything. And you know, you go to Goldmouth's on Parsons, you know, you might go in there as a party, you might go throw some shit in Teron's room because you know your shit good up there. You ain't worried about it.
I was gonna say, you know how ridiculous you look wearing short shorts right now on this.
I'm indoors.
I understand that, but I was sitting, I'm like looking at like how you're like sitting. I'm like this thing looks like he's about to coach the fucking 82 Lakers or something. Like you're Pat Riley, because you got a polo on. It's not like it's like a t-shirt. You're wearing like a polo. You look like you're about to coach basketball in the 80s at like a YMCA or something. You do.
Man, I just wanted to be comfortable so we could provide great vibes, you know.
I'm not mad. Look, I am wearing basketball shorts right now myself, but
basketball
shorts. You're wearing like high school, middle school, the gym issue. You remember when they would make you like buy a gym?
Yeah.
Or you didn't. Maybe
they're more like track shorts. You see.
These look like your ROTC shorts when you guys would have to run around Georgia Tech. That's what it looks like to me. That's the Julian Pearce special, actually.
Bro, I do not miss running around Georgia Tech. When you talk about a campus that lacked good scenery.
Really? Where were y'all running? Y'all weren't running around like I guess McCamus Pavilion wasn't up, so it was Alexander, the Memorial or whatever.
Buddy, I've ran around that entire campus.
But I'm saying you guys weren't like in the because obviously the way that campus is set up, you could be running in Midtown damn near, right? Like
what we may be talking about different scenery.
I don't know what part of Tech y'all are running around. I mean, it's still
a big
campus. Like
I'm talking about the students on the campus, the scenery.
Oh. See, look, you just went over my head. I literally. Yeah, no, there's not attractive women at Tech. There are some, but like, there overall, no. Yeah.
Funny story.
Literally, like your surroundings.
No. Like there are nice parts of that campus that are it's cool to run through. A lot of hills. One time we were running, and I ran into somebody I went to high school with. And I like damn near like stopped. It was like, hey, what's up? And let me get up, bro. We went to high school together, man. Relax. I'm in shape.
They were white, I assume.
Oh yeah, he was a white guy.
Okay.
There were a few. Let me see. Her, him. Yeah, there were a few people I went to high school with who were on Tech's campus. I actually matched with one on Tinder one time. It was kind of funny. I don't know if it was like a real match or if it was like because I liked hers because I knew her.
Just because, like, I want you to know that I saw you on here,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Like,
you both did it for the same reason.
yeah, like we had each other's phone numbers and we both knew we were both in Atlanta.
Should
You
have
know
had
what?
if you didn't.
Say again?
Said you should have had sex with her if you didn't.
No, man, that's not what we were doing.
No.
I don't even have her number anymore.
Oh, hey,
I wasn't looking forward to use it. She's a married lady now, living a great life, I
yeah,
imagine.
yeah,
Saw her a few years ago.
yeah.
But how's your Valentine's Day, man? I guess we can talk about that a little bit.
It's good. Took the little lady out, my daughter. That way I can distinguish that for everybody to know. But
Yeah, the Epstein files are out now, man. You got to be careful with your language.
Jordan sent you something about LeBron. I don't know, but nonetheless,
I'm not even gonna give that LeBron thing any type because we need some more.
I just sent it to you just because I was curious as to how you react. But point being,
But hold on,
we
Jordan, he was getting ice. There was ice on the kid. He was getting
yeah,
the ice.
no. They explained that too. I didn't think anything of either.
I didn't either. I thought it was AI. Honestly, I'm like Mike. I was like Michael Jordan wouldn't do this.
They're niggas and like let's drag them into this while this is happening. But like, no, we did not end up getting to go where we wanted to go or where I had planned. I had two pizza plates. My daughter loves pizza, so obviously we were going to do a pizza date. I wasn't going to take her to a steakhouse or something. And I'm not one of these Instagram photo people because some people would take their daughter seriously if they could, like to a steakhouse and like set this thing up, had the people bringing out the food and like clip it up. I'm not that type of person. A, because she wouldn't have liked it, but then B, I wouldn't have wasted my money on that. So it's like,
Hey, that's not a waste of money. You know how much prom poon you can get off of that?
I don't want the poon if that's what it takes to get it, unless it's like some serious ass or something. But like in terms of the people that I know that I would want to sleep, I think they would just sleep with me anyways. But regardless, I was gonna take her to one of the two pizza places that I wanted to go to are top of the line pizza places. One being Kevin Rappin's pizza place. So that was our second option, which was the one that we were gonna do. But the traffic was so bad in Atlanta on Valentine's Day. Like it almost was like it was a few accidents, like around the clock, not just on 285, not just on 20, not just on 75, 85. Like it was just bad. And so it was so bad though, to the point at where I called them because first option was this place called Bertolozzi's in Sandy Springs. Every time I put it in my phone, it's 15-mile drive from here, but it was going to take 50 minutes. So I was like, it's a lot to go for a pizza that we might have to wait to get because you couldn't get a reservation. There is no reservation. First come, first serve. Same thing with Kevin Rappin's, but with Kevin Rappin's, that's closer. And I knew that it was closer. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go here. I called them. Bertolozzi's didn't answer. They didn't even answer. Like the phone was off the hook. So I'm like, they're that busy. Not going. So I called Kevin Rappin. They did answer. But the issue with Kevin Rappin is that his the steakhouse is on Krog, is on the Beltline. So I've been there. Love it. He's a great chef. But the other one is in like Buckhead. But next to it is the pizza bar. And I had been wanting to go, and I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity. I don't have to drink. I had to make sure. I was like, hey, is it okay if like I said I have a 6-year-old, like, can she come in here with me? They're like, yeah, it's family. I was like, great. But I didn't leave until an hour later because I was supposed to be being joined by her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And that isn't what she was going to come. But then from her leaving while I'm sitting in traffic, the way that the timing would work, I was like, just stay the fuck home. Like, it's not about you anyways. I just figured maybe you would want to be with her too on Valentine's Day. Which
it is about her. Stop it now.
It didn't end up working out, Lee. And so the thing is that while I'm sitting in the traffic, I just like get off at West Paces Ferry, and there were a couple places while I was sitting in it that I looked up pizza place. So we went to this random pizza place. It had a 4.8 out of 5, and it had over 500 reviews. So I'm like, it's probably good. So we ended up going there. It was okay. She enjoyed it. I'm glad she enjoyed it.
I
To
mean,
me,
that's all that matters. No one
it
cares
wasn't
about how you felt.
I was like, man, I could have ordered a pizza and just brought that shit here and bought her flowers. Honestly, like that's what I thought. But we had a good time. I was just happy to be able to take her out wearing her cute little Valentine's Day fit. Like, that to me is what was
Yeah,
mattered. Yeah. How about you?
that's good. Oh, I went and watched some middle school basketball. They had a local all star game, so I went and watched that. And I kicked it with my mom for like 2 3 hours, and came home, chill, went to sleep. I had to go to work
That's
Sunday
good.
morning.
That's your first Valentine.
Yeah, man. Honestly, it was good. Like it put me in such a good mood, and we had a good time. Cause man, I'm
Can't
not a
take it
big
for
guy.
granted. Look, can't take it for granted. I think about the I don't even it's so funny. Like I mean I think about my mom, but like I don't like in a weird way I don't really think about it like that in a sense of
Mhm.
let me tell you something that came up because we did, and which I guess we transition this into basketball because it was All Star Weekend. But one of the most
You
memorable.
really shitted on my transition. Fuck.
Well, no, well I was
And
gonna bring it up because
I had a good one too.
it incorporates the two dead people in my life, in my immediate family, literally. So, and I'm sure I've told the story about how I have gone to an All Star game. But the thing is that the story heading into it, my mom, so at our school, at my elementary school, they had something where, normally the kids do stuff for their parents and then you bring it home.
Hmm.
They pick you up, you can give them your car, like, I love you so much, all this. So it was a complete opposite one year. And it just so happened to be that year, it was 2003. And like, so my mom wrote me a very personal letter that I don't have anymore that I tried to keep for as long as I could. I don't know if I lost it. But she wrote me a letter, just basically telling me how much she loved me, just like any other parent would do.
Hmm.
And but in the letter, as I'm reading it, because I didn't read it until I was at school. Like it's at school when you read it.
Hmm.
And she told me that she got me tickets to the NBA All-Star game. And like I'm 9, gonna be 10 that year, but I'm 9. And now she knows I love basketball, like I always have. And like it was just such a heart-dropping moment at such a young age. Because I knew that my mom loved me, but like I couldn't believe she did it. And the idea that it was Michael Jordan's last All-Star game, I went with Laris. That's who I went with. I have a picture. I still have the picture to this day. I have the picture on my phone right now. And I can't, I couldn't think of. I was like, I'll never get a better Valentine's Day gift than this. Even at 9, like I felt that way. I felt like I don't know if anyone can love me more than this. And it's just a fucking basketball game, but like it meant so much to me, and it was probably the first major sporting event I had ever been to, and it's
Nigga,
something.
you went to a Falcons game 2 days after you were born.
No, but this was the first major.
I think
And
going
it's an
to
NBA
I
All-Star.
think yeah, but I think going to any game is a major sporting event, man.
Yes, they're all major sporting
Because
events, but you know what?
but hold on, no, but I have to
And that
say it
game doesn't
because
mean anything. It doesn't even
well,
count.
hold on, shit. But don't don't marginalize just going to a game because, bro, I talk to people all the time who've like never been to a Falcons game, never been to a Hawks game, and yes, going to the All Star game is way different than going to a regular game. Not many people can say they've gone to All Star games, World Series, Super
That is
Bowls,
a hard.
NBA
That is
Finals, but like going to any game, that's a major sporting event. Like, bro, there's
no, and
there's
I'm not
thousands of
shitting
sporting
on the
events.
idea of. anything that's not.
No. This isn't for you. I'm not telling you that. It's just more so just as a conversation piece. But since we're here talking about the All Star game and sporting events, this is what Valentine's Day is really about. President's Day weekend, Valentine's weekend. It's really about the NBA All Star weekend. Well, it used to be. It used to be 3 nights of stuff. Friday night you kind of have the celebrity game on in the background. T.O. might dunk or something, so it's worth watching. Chris Tucker play a little basketball, and then Saturday night was always fun. Then you have the game on Sunday. What were your thoughts on All Star Weekend this year?
So, I thought it was the best one since. You could argue it was
The
better.
weekend?
You could argue it was better than even when once Kobe died and they did the 20.
Hold on, the entire weekend.
Oh no. Well, I'm talking about the game. But okay.
Well,
but
the game is the last part.
Nobody pays
let's
attention to Friday night is so irrelevant. It's like it's always kind of even when it was good, when All-Star Weekend was good, Friday night had been irrelevant. And with the way that the NBA manages injuries, Cooper Flag wasn't going to be in that. Now it's called the Rising Stars Challenge, but it used to be the Got Milk Rookie Challenge, right? So now,
hold on. No, it used to just be the rookie sophomore game. Let's not use
the Got Milk Rookie Challenge. That's what
for a period of time when Got Milk sponsored.
Yes, prior to the Rising Stars, it was the rookie sophomore whatever.
Yeah, it's a rookie sophomore.
But Got Milk Rookie Challenge, it was still sophomores in the game. It just was called the Got Milk Rookie Challenge.
I know, but that was only for a MVP. Yeah, that was for a period of time when Got Milk sponsored. It was the rookie sophomore game. That's what it is. It's not the Got Milk Rookie Challenge. Nobody fucking says that. It's the fucking rookie sophomore game. That's how I always view it.
But the thing is that that game is always kind of irrelevant. I'm glad VJ Edgecombe did his thing. First of all, timeout. Let's look at it from the get-go. Every night, everything started at 5. Even the night of the Valentine's Day.
Hey, just stay. Hold on, stay. Just stay here. Don't bounce around. Just stay on the topic. We're hitting everything. We're gonna talk.
I didn't realize that this stuff was still on. I didn't realize that it was on even when it was on. So that's another NBA problem, which we'll get to. But like Friday night, didn't know about it. I watched a tad bit of the celebrity game just because Miami, Ohio was playing. I had money on it. So I knew that game was coming on right after the celebrity game. Saturday night, again, it was Valentine's Day. I didn't even know that it was on. Like, I really didn't know it was on until I got on Instagram and I saw that Con Knipple they were showing 3-point highlights. I was like, oh, this shit's on. I turned it on before we left. I got to see the 3-point shootout. I'm glad Dame was in it and that he won. It was good because in a weird way, me and Justice had talked about it earlier in the day. I figured that he could win. I thought he could win.
Well, yeah, all he does is shoot. He can't fucking play basketball.
Well, and that's the point. And then actually, he doesn't even have to use as much. Like, it's more of a lazy shot because of his injury.
I wouldn't go that far because you can't lazy shoot a 3-point. But you can't lazy shoot that many shots and that many rounds. Like, you're gonna get
that
tired.
Moving around the arc. I'm not saying it's the most moving he had done, but in terms of quick shooting,
no, no, it's not.
Quick shooting.
You can't say that. You can't say that. You don't know what he's done. You ain't been in the gym with him.
But
so you can't say that. But it's a poorly informed one to say that that's the quickest. You don't fucking know. He trained for it, so he's been doing that at the least, and he probably has done more because he would have to have done more for them to feel comfortable with him doing that on that stage.
But that's my point. My point is this. It's not that he wasn't going any quicker than goddamn that. I don't believe that. But like what I do believe, I'm just saying, I've never had a torn Achilles and I don't know anybody that's had a torn Achilles and play basketball. But what I am saying is that the way that it's a timed event, I just don't believe, even if he had somebody rebounding, throwing him the ball, or he had the shooting rack thing where it comes back to him, I don't believe that he had to do it that way. And then there's the pressure like a real game in a competition like this. I'm just saying that in that scenario, it was good to see it. But the idea of he doesn't have to, because then he would just be playing.
Hold on,
All he has
nigga,
to do is
no.
shoot. So,
Yeah,
right, which is why he's okay to do it. But I'm
yeah,
just saying,
yeah. It's okay to do it, but all of that fluff in between is bullshit.
I
Like,
don't think it's bullshit that he was primed to be able to do this competition. And I'm not. I tell you what, I shouldn't have said that it helped him more. It doesn't help him, but like,
no, it helps. His injury specifically helps him because he's not playing basketball and he can focus on preparing for the 3-point contest in a small, like in his whatever. And I'm not saying this is what he did. I don't know what his rehab is or what his training looks like,
right?
but being injured, yeah, that helps you. That probably helps you when you're not actually moving around playing basketball because all you've really
Because you're
been doing is
shooting
maintaining
and
your
you're doing
shot. Yeah.
PT.
Yeah, but I think he's done way more physically strenuous stuff than the fucking 3-point shootout.
I'm sure. Yes, he has to push himself, but like, I'm just like, the point being, it was good that he was in it. I enjoyed the 3-point competition, but then the dunk contest. A lot of people
You didn't watch it. You didn't watch the dunk contest. You
I
went
didn't watch
to
it live. I did
so
watch it.
so let me talk. I watched it live. It was terrible. The dunk contest is terrible. I didn't watch the 3-point. I didn't watch anything on Friday because the shit came on at 5 o'clock. I was at home at 5 o'clock on Saturday and forgot that it started at 5 o'clock and was doing something. I was like, oh shit.
You forgot, but did you even know to begin with? Like, I had no
Yes.
idea.
No. Yeah. I follow basketball media. I knew that it was coming on at 5 o'clock.
I had no idea.
Yeah, because you don't follow basketball media. You don't know anything about basketball. You just watch a game or two a week. You don't keep up with what the NBA is actually doing, so you can know where it's at.
Lee, I am in first place in 2 fantasy I'm only in 2 of them. I'm in first place. Not that means I know basketball, but I'm just saying I know something about the shit.
That has nothing to do with you knowing about what's going on in the NBA. You can know basketball, but that doesn't mean
I
you
blame
know
the commissioner, which
what
I'm sure we'll get to him shortly.
But yeah, Saturday, yeah, the dunk contest was terrible. Like the kid who won, congratulations to him. You dunked better than everybody else that was there. I'm really over the dunk contest conversation. Like it's every year. The superstars need to be in the dunk contest because this. I mean, it would be nice to have a superstar in it every few years, but
we don't need superstars though.
But historically, the superstars weren't really in the dunk contest like that. You know what I mean? Like
when it first started, exactly.
Yeah, but in the NBA made them be in it.
I guess Michael Jordan kind of was, but I'm sorry. But
Michael Jordan wasn't a superstar yet. The first time
he was not considered I think that he was probably looked at as obviously the rising. I guess his rookie year, he did do it his rookie year.
Yeah, then he did it again with 88. Yeah. But yeah, you're about hold on. You're about to go on a diatribe in the middle of mine, so I'm gonna finish mine first.
Go ahead, do yours. I'm sorry.
But it's not really been superstar driven ever. You've had guys who were emerging stars who were in it, but then after the beginning of your career, for the most part, you don't do it. MJ did it, I think, 3 times, like 82, 84, and like 88 or some shit like that. Maybe 86, 87, I don't know. But in the mid to late 80s. But he didn't do it after that. And Kobe did it his rookie year. Vince Carter did it, but Vince Carter is more high flyer than superstar. Tracy McGrady wasn't T-Mac when he was in the dunk contest. You know what I mean? Like he may have had the potential. He may have been that player, but he wasn't T-Mac to the masses in Toronto. Niggas don't really remember Toronto T-Mac. You know what I mean? Like people remember it, but name a highlight. You know what I mean? Name something. No, you remember Orlando, Houston T-Mac. So that whole conversation around the dunk contest and then we'll throw in LeBron and ruined it. That's bullshit. there were good dunk contests after LeBron wasn't in it. You know what I mean? You had Dwight Howard, you had Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon twice. You know what I mean? Who else had a good dunk
That
contest?
was, that we know that, bro. That is clickbait. Like the whole
I
LeBron
know,
aspect of it. Like Stephen
I,
A.
I know,
But
I know, but we do. I think we owe it to the people who listen to this show, who may listen to the clickbait stuff, to still comment on it and say what it is. You know what I mean? Like call it out because it's bullshit. And we know people who listen to Steve daily, and they take that stuff as gospel. Like they think Steve is having a conversation that's worth listening to.
he was
So yeah.
weird.
So the lead up to the All Star game was terrible, honestly.
And
And
the fact it was in LA of all places. We were in LA for the last All-Star game in LA. Fun fact for those that didn't know. I actually, it came up in my memories too that I took those pictures of you. I was on the ground. Of
yeah,
you up under
that's
like
nice.
the Shaq
The
statue.
Shaq statue, yeah, I appreciate that. That was great.
Yeah,
But
it popped up on my Snapchat. It's like, oh man.
so yeah, people weren't people weren't high on the game coming into it. Victor Wembanyama is going to get a lot of credit for bringing the intensity. But they lost both fucking games, so let's just hop off of Wemby real
He
quick.
played out of his. He played well though in that the
Yeah, but yeah, but Wemby's getting all the credit for everybody playing hard, and that's not really how it works.
but the MVP is the one that said Wemby set the tone.
I got you, but
Do you know what
the,
did you I watched did you see the first play of the game?
I saw the highlight. I was at work when it came on. I
The
get
first
it. I'm
play
not. I'm
was
hold
on
on.
the
Hold on. God damn it! Shit. I'm not saying that Wemby didn't set the tone, all of that stuff. But one person setting the tone, one person playing hard, setting the tone, cool. That don't mean that the old niggas gonna come out there and play hard. You know what I'm saying? Like Joker didn't play hard.
and we saw that in the final game.
Yeah, Luca didn't play hard. Did Luca play?
He did. Him and Jokic played
Exactly.
like they were
But they didn't play
they
hard.
were
So
nice. Yes.
yeah, they didn't play hard. Giannis plays hard every year. When Westbrook was an All Star, he played hard every year. Other people didn't play hard for whatever reasons, whether it was silver in their ear, whether it was just the media pressure, this, that, and the third. But guys played hard, and I think another important piece about guys not playing hard in the All Star game. Gilbert Arenas talked about this. Guys show up sometimes wanting to play hard, and then the way the game is officiated, it's officiated like a pickup game. So you go to the basket hard one time, and then the big man is like, "Hey, nah, we ain't doing that." You get foul hard, and they ain't calling fouls. It's like, "Hey, I'm not gonna get hurt for a game that doesn't matter." And I think that is an important piece to talk about in guys not playing hard and not just saying it's the love of the game. You got to go play hard. Yes, you should, but when you're playing an exhibition game and you could possibly get hurt, and they're not officiating the game the way that a game should be officiated, or you know what I mean? Like you don't call regular season fouls. It's an exhibition, but you still call stuff when if guys are like, hey, bro, I'm not driving because they ain't calling shit, and no, this game doesn't matter. Especially the team's probably telling the guys to, hey man, give them a show, but we got 30 more games left. we got a championship to go try to win.
That's what I thought that was more of anyways, but I thought that the intensity was still there, especially in those last 2 minutes, because you know what's at stake and how much time is left. But the thing is, the first three games were pretty good. Obviously the last one was a dud, but you get some special moments out of it, and I think that's all people really want. We don't even necessarily, as long as it's close and you guys act like you care, everybody will be tuned in. Kawhi Leonard going on arguably maybe the hottest shooting streak, and he's also playing better than anyone currently since Thanksgiving. He's played damn near better than anyone in the NBA anyways, but the streak that he goes on in the third game, third quarter. He scores 31 points. He misses like once or twice. That's what we want to see, though. You do want to see that. And you want to see Ant shooting in KD and LeBron's face. You want to see Wemby on the first play of the game literally call on the post and dunk on whoever the fuck was guarding. It's like Cade Cunningham, which I
dog. Hey, hold on, real quick. When you did that little fake dunk thing, that shit looked so unathletic.
Well, I'm sitting down, lady. What did you want? Did you want me to like? What did you want me to do? I don't know.
Just look like a nigga that's
Carl Anthony Towns doing stuff, but my goodness,
just look like I didn't say you look like Cat. I just say look like you done dunked before or some shit. You know.
I've dunked a basketball. I've never had a two-handed dunk. I've dunked it with one hand though.
You've never dunked with two hands?
No, I never. The people don't realize how much harder it is to dunk with two hands. You can get with one. I've caught an alley oop.
It's easier to dunk with two hands.
I disagree. I miss the point being, it's easier to flush with one because if the tip of your fingers, depending on how you hold the ball, because I'm not.
See, you're talking about guys who can't get above the rim.
Look, I've caught an alley-oop at Morehouse College, of all places. This is the first time I ever caught an alley-oop. I think that, look, fuck that. This is what I'm saying. The All-Star game was significantly – no, I flushed it. Like, I clean flushed, too. Because when tell you what, let's talk about that. I think catching an alley-oop, if the timing is right, is easier than dunking, period. Because as long as you can jump really high or high enough and you got the coordination, you can just throw it.
Most people call oops before they actually like just jumped up and dunked the ball into the basket.
Yeah, because you got to clear it. Like, you don't even necessarily – it's not even like a tip in or something with an alley-oop. But I guess the point is your fingers can do the dunking as opposed to your palm. Does that make any sense? I feel like if you dunk a basketball, like just even if you don't dribble and you like travel your way and just jump as high as you can, your wrist needs to be above the rim.
You need
to make sure that you're gonna dunk it and it's clean.
Yeah, no, the proper way to dunk a basketball, you should have when you start if you're dunking a lot, you should like get calluses and stuff on your wrist because you should be sticking your entire hand in. You should stick your hand in the rim and then yank it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
not necessarily like cuffing like this, but I'm saying like
you need to be able to you need to get
cuffing it.
You need to get above the rim, go down in the rim, then yank the rim. Not like a lot of people think that you like if you don't know how to dunk, and we didn't know we were gonna get here. You would think that you just go to the rim and then you just throw it in and you grab it, but that's how it goes off the back.
And sometimes not to get into the NFL combine, it depends on how big your hands are too, because you're talking about taking it off dribble and damn near palming a basketball midair. Like, and you need to be able to do. You don't have to have it palm, but that's how you control the ball, anyways. So it's like,
dunking with two hands is easier.
it was hard dunking with two hands.
I'm gonna tell you, like if you have the hops, dunking with two hands is so much easier.
I never dunked in a game or anything. I've got a really cool picture of me in high school though, like finger rolling and like my like knuckles are like at the rim. But I never dunked in a game. But I've dunked like just fucking around. Yeah.
A question. Did you ever pin a guy's shot off the glass?
No, I never did that. But I blocked shots, but never off.
Yeah, I mean, like, you go with the glass. Yeah, shit, nigga.
Nah, I would love to if you did it like a Ja Morant. You remember Ja did the one with like two hands one year?
Like MJ did.
He almost, Jordan did it, but like I'm saying, just
almost in your head on him.
Hit his fucking forehead on the bottom of the glass, and it was just like, oh my god, like. Yeah.
I wish I would have trained when I was like younger, just to really see
How far
how
can you
high.
push your true self?
Yeah. Like a young me before being beat up and stuff. Like how high could I really jump back then when I was 150 pounds? And yeah, but anyways, no, I think the overall the All Star game was good. I enjoyed it. Kawhi got off. LeBron, he did his little old man thing for a little while. Ant Man did what Ant Man was supposed to do. Ant Man is the face of American basketball. Ant Man is the face of the NBA. I don't care what the media says. I don't care what Ant Man says. He may not want it. They may not want to give it to him. But whose interviews do we care about all weekend?
Do you
Who
think
was my
that
whose post game comments were going viral? Who was the MVP?
well he was
Whose
MVP?
shoes are
As
huh?
I say he was MVP, so of course his post game stuff was going to go. I'm like,
But it goes viral because of what he says. Like you're gonna get a good soundbite with Ant Man. You're gonna get good basketball. The kids like him. They wear his shoes. He speaks Southern English and it's funny. Like Wimby ain't funny.
nigga,
You know what I'm saying? Wimby ain't funny. Wimby ain't a nigga. Wimby seems like he too serious. Like, hey, bro, relax. Oh,
he's
you know
learning
what I'm
the
saying?
English a lot quicker than most international stars, though.
Well, yeah, Nike is like, hey, big dog, you want that shoe? You got a speaky.
All right, Wimbo,
Uh,
we need you to say something for the camera. Is that
I
okay?
was happy about that, but hey, why do you think the international players haven't caught hell for sucking up in a All Star game and they just blame the niggas?
Well, in this year's case, this is what I will say. And now I know that it's like, well, it's been multiple times. Let's look at Jokic and Luka specifically.
Yeah, top four players in the league.
I would argue, yes, I agree. Like, I think the All Star game doesn't
Actually,
change. Wait. It doesn't change my opinion of like Jokic. I still think Jokic is the best player in the NBA. Like, it didn't matter. Luka's top five, but like,
yeah, I'll say top five. Ant Man's better than Luca. Ant Man's better than Luca.
if I was starting a team, I would start with him over Luka. Yeah, I
Ant
agree.
Man's better.
I agree.
Ant
But
Man
I
is
agree. In totality, he's a better player than him. I think.
yeah,
And even
yeah.
offensively, I think because Luka can do more because he can be like a triple double type player. I still think he brings it more on defense. I like his competitive drive more than Luka's too. Like
But
Luka's like just like he's not.
buckets.
You know how people say people are like LeBron's like an athletic freak. Luka's just like off. He's just talented offensively. Like I don't know what else to say about him.
But think about this though. Look at Luca's usage. I don't know what it is. Look at Ant's
It's
usage.
higher than Ants. And Ants
And
is used a lot too, but like it's high. I bet his is higher.
yeah, but Luca also just because he can do more than Ant Man does
No, he doesn't do
offensively.
more than him overall.
Hold
He does more
on,
than him offensively.
I got you. It doesn't make you better. You know what I mean? Like basketball is one of those things. Hey, you can be better than somebody in five or say seven categories, but that person can be better than you at basketball because the other two categories matter, and they could be that much closer. And with Luca's offensive game, it's really good for Luca. It's really good for the big man and the guy in the corner.
And
But
Jordan.
but it's not great. I mean, it's not. I don't want to play with Luca. I wouldn't want to play with Luca.
Me neither. My preference would be I'd much rather play with an Ant-Man in a sense of there's this dog in this dude. But that's the Kobe. I hate to say it's like the Kobe mentality, but it is.
Well, it's not. No. It's not the Kobe mentality. We got to stop this bullshit too. No, hold on. Kobe had his mentality, but we can't say that everybody who
I didn't
plays.
say it was mama mentality either. You notice
I
that?
I know, but we can't attribute somebody who plays hard basketball on both ends of the floor to fucking Kobe Bryant. He came into the league in '96. Niggas was dogs.
Basketball was invented 100 years before. But
And niggas were dogs well before Kobe. So hey, all respect to Kobe and his Mamba mentality and his mentality and all of that stuff, but we gotta like no,
But look,
it's not Kobe's mentality. It's Ant Man's mentality. It's Ant Man's mentality.
I give Kool and the Gang and fucking Run DMC a lot of credit because nobody said that they did it better than anyone. I'm just simply saying that's who popularized it. Kobe did he did. That's why it's talked about that way.
Because of Nike. Because of a Nike campaign. That's why a fucking Nike campaign is why we talk about it.
You're gonna marginalize it to a commercial.
No, like it's not a commercial. No.
Like that shit that nigga played.
But what made it a thing? Kobe's mentality. What made it a thing? A marketing thing. Something we talk about. A talking point. His mentality is around a Nike campaign.
The Kobe system.
Not just the Kobe system. The
Mama mentality. I get it. But
all of that stuff. It's just like Michael Jordan, bro. Like, and it's no knock to the player and what they actually did. Yes. The other
shoes, fucking Frello Morehouse, man.
The ancillary stuff that comes with these guys, their mentality, this and that. If you're gonna compare Ant-Man to Kobe, compare him to the OG, compare him to Jordan, the one who did it first.
I compare him to Kobe more so because
you have to. You don't remember the last shot. You probably didn't even watch it.
My point. I didn't. Well, even if I watched it, I don't remember it. I've seen it thousands of times, just like everybody else. But
you didn't watch it live. That's different.
All right. The point is Kobe. It's not even just a Kobe thing, but we really have not had another Kobe-esque athlete in the NBA since. And I'm not saying that he's like Kobe because they're not. They're totally different. They're all Anthony Edwards is the first Anthony Edwards. But all I am saying is this. It's hard to find a person that is vocally competitive. And I like him more because I know where he's from. I know where that nigga went to fucking schools. Fuck where Thurl, like over here. I'm saying the fact he went to my rival high school.
Yeah, get back to this. Fuck that. Get back to this vocally competitive shit so I can poke holes in it.
Vocally, I love the idea of and him being competitive and voicing it. When the team was playing like shit, he's like, man, I think he's like, we're playing like fucking dog shit. Like he said this. I love the idea of on the floor. He did the DX chop the one year when they beat Denver or whatever. Now Kobe doesn't do that. Like, Kobe doesn't. That's why
Kobe don't do none of this shit. Kobe's not funny. Kobe wasn't a bubbly personality.
I got Braun on me.
The media didn't like Kobe. Kobe didn't. Other players didn't really fuck with Kobe. Kobe had like one of his best friends was Caron Butler. You know what I'm saying? Like comparing Ant-Man's personality or whatever you're doing right here, Ant-Man to Kobe is just off.
I didn't say a personality. I said competitiveness.
Yeah,
like vocal competitiveness. What we can see.
Vocal competitiveness from what we can see. What the fuck did we see Kobe saying? He talked shit, but he didn't talk. You didn't see Kobe talking a lot of shit.
I can only bring up a few just clips. The rest of you had to have been there and watched it. But I'm saying from a clip standpoint, Kobe, you're up 2-0. He's like, you're not what's there to be happy about? He's like, job's not finished. Like, because the nigga, but I'm just saying.
You're up 2-0. The job's not fucking finished. Ooh. He was already a champion. Why are you going to celebrate being up 2-0?
It's the confidence, Lee. It's the confidence that I'm looking at. And I hate to.
That's not confidence, bro.
Once we get to football, I'll bring in Matt Ryan, too. But I'm going to bring up Kanye now. It's just like Kanye.
I mean, you have to play the hits. You have to play the hits.
You know I am. But it's just like Kanye at the Grammys, his first time winning rap album of the year. And they said, they wanted to know what I would do if I didn't win. He's like, I guess we'll never know. But these are like defining things that are on TV that everybody can remember because these people, which is why they're not my favorites because of the moments. But like when I look at the people that I've always fucked with from all streams of some sort of art, they all not only don't lack confidence, which is I've never lacked confidence, these were people, man, that they wanted to be the best, and you could see it, and they would talk about it, as opposed to, we're just out here doing our best, or it's nothing against LeBron.
Hey, hold on, though. We're not gonna do that because Kobe didn't really. Kobe gave us, the job's not finished, but Kobe wasn't out here. But Kobe wasn't just out here just saying shit to the media, to the press. He wasn't doing that. He was doing damn near what LeBron does. Every now and then you get something because they were one of those people who can't really say anything. Fucking media trained.
Well, who talks?
What are we talking about?
Because Jordan doesn't talk. You got some early '90s stuff of Jordan getting in.
Yeah, most of your bitch,
goddamn fucking Bob Costas, but
no, this shit we're seeing with Anthony Edwards. This is the first time we've seen a superstar, act this normal.
I agree with you, but he also
he's
the number one pick. He doesn't have the LeBron. LeBron's been getting interviews since he was fucking ninth grade, right? So he's different from him in that retrospect. Kobe was obviously a prodigy too out of high school, but
Kobe went 13.
But Kobe also was a winner early in life, so it's
no. Kobe was on winning teams. We're not gonna call him a fucking winner. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
We are gonna have a basketball podcast.
Ant-Man
talk about this.
To this point in his career, you could argue that Ant-Man is a better player than Kobe Bryant at this point in their careers. Yes, you can. Yes, the fuck you can.
How can you argue it?
Ant-Man led his team. Ant-Man was a number 1 overall pick, drafted to a shitty team.
Okay.
He helped change the culture of that organization.
Who's the second best player once the culture change happened? Was it number 1 pick?
Hold on. But will you let me land the plane so then you can respond? Because I'm not gonna leave out that he was surrounded by talented players who weren't performing at a high enough level together.
Was it multiple?
I said players. Players. I know
DPOY on the rock.
Well, okay, but just let me get there. Just let me get there.
Okay.
Ant-Man shows up, number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't been to the playoffs since that run with Jimmy and Teague and them. You know what I'm saying?
And his teammate was on that team too.
Yeah, Cat. Yeah, I got you. Just let me get there.
I know, but you mentioned Teague. I don't know why you mentioned him and didn't mention Cat. But go ahead, go. I'm just saying, you said Jimmy and then you said T. It's just well, what about the nigga he was playing with?
I just.
I'm sorry, I'll shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
Team doesn't make the playoffs. They were making playoffs. What last time was mid 2000s? 04 maybe 03, 04. Yeah, then McCants got there in 05, and they didn't make the playoffs until Jimmy got there.
Once KG left, it was kaput.
It was before KG left because when McCants was there, they sucked. He got drafted in 05. So by 06, they were terrible. So without me looking it up, from 06 to the Jimmy year, which is 2019, 2018?
Nah, that's
17?
16.
It wasn't 16 because the Hawks made the playoff. Because Teague didn't make the All-Star team for the Hawks in 17 and 16.
You're right. 16. Hold on. I'm gonna bring up.
So then he went to the Pacers. He got traded to the Pacers after the All-Star year, and then he went to Minnesota. So it was 2018.
Here, I'm bringing it up. Keep talking, but I'm gonna bring it up.
But long story short, it's a downtrodden franchise. Hadn't had consistent success. Had multiple number 1 picks. You got Karl Anthony Towns. You got Andrew Wiggins, and they really weren't doing anything.
It was 14 years. So after they lost to the Lakers in the West Finals that year, they didn't make it again until 17-18.
17-18. Okay, yeah, boom, perfect. So they make it 2017.
They lost to James Harden and Dwight Howard. That was their first championship.
Yeah, and because they got fucked because Jimmy got hurt and they dropped in the standings and all of that. But anyways,
they were the lower seed anyways. but yeah.
I know, but they were the lower seed because Jimmy missed a big chunk of games in the regular season when they were like a 3 seed,
For sure.
and then they dropped in the standings. But anyways, Ant-Man gets there. Takes a couple years for no. It takes a couple of years for them to actually get the thing going, but they make the plan. Pat Beverly goes crazy. You know what I mean? We get playoffs.
Yeah, he does the you can tell the meme.
Yes. Then you get your first Western Conference Finals with Cat and Rudy.
And you beat the defending champs
Yes.
route. That's who you beat to get there. Yeah.
You ship Cat out of town and get Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, and it takes the team a while to get going. Then they still make it to the Western Conference Finals.
Back to back, yeah.
Back to back. And now this year, they look like they figured it out. I'm not saying that they are playing well today. I'm just saying they figured out Julius Randle, Ant-Man, Jaden McDaniels has came up. So yes, on paper, Kobe has the accolades because he has the championships and all of that. But when Kobe did not have the burden of a franchise on his back, he was allowed to be a young player, come in and play, get off. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Kobe, great player. I'm not saying Ant-Man is going to have Kobe's career. I'm not going to say he is going to be a better player. I'm not going to say that.
I understand what you're saying.
All I'm saying is that a guy who had the burden of a franchise on his back at the beginning of his career was able to actually develop, turn that around, and now we take Minnesota seriously. And honestly, if Ant-Man wasn't in Minnesota, if Ant-Man was doing this shit for the Knicks, he would already win MVP. If we're being dead serious.
So look, you just diverted that conversation by throwing that in there at the end.
No. But that wasn't a side.
No, I wasn't saying you were doing it for that purpose. I'm just saying what I was thinking about while I was listening is I don't think that we'll never know in terms
we'll never know.
It's better at a certain time because Kobe did have Shaq, but I'm just saying Kobe also, which is why we got to do a whole basketball podcast because everybody acts like Kobe in 01, 2000, 01 and 02. Like he wasn't averaging 30 in the playoffs. No.
To
make it, they're like, well, Shaq won MVP in 2000.
But
he won Finals MVP all three.
But hold on, you know that's not my argument. I am talking about being responsible.
Know what Kobe would have looked like by himself if just like how T-Mac's like if I would have titles with Shaq too. Like
T-Mac would have won titles with Shaq.
In Orlando, I bet Doc Rivers probably would have won more playoff games prior to T-Mac.
I doubt it.
To Boston, like you know what I mean?
No, you can't. No. We're not going to do that because
take the Sixers to the finals. You don't think Kobe would have been able to done the same?
No, I don't.
Draft class.
I don't. Nigga, I watched Kobe after Shaq left. Kobe can't carry spare parts.
You watched him playing with fucking.
Yeah, Kobe can't
always bring up Kwame Brown and fucking Smush Parker, but these were two.
Who the fuck was Iverson playing with? Who's playing with Iverson in 01? Get the fuck out of here. You're not going to do that.
Name them. Defensive Player of the Year, Dikembe Mutombo, traded for Theo Ratliff to Atlanta that year. Aaron McKee, Sixth Man of the Year. Eric Snow. We know Eric Snow's name because he played with it. You've got a better argument for LeBron in 07 than you do AI in 01.
It's
the truth. We watch the same shit.
Look here.
I give LeBron more credit for dragging the Cavs to the and they won more games than them. I give LeBron more credit for taking the fucking Cavs to the finals and getting swept by Tim Duncan than I do AI fucking taking that Sixers team. At the end of the day,
look here. I never saw
competition in the Eastern Conference Finals because he had to beat Detroit, which is why my LeBron respect even began. Because of what he did to Detroit in the East Finals.
That's when the respect began?
One of the greatest performances we've ever seen.
That's when your respect began? In 07. It took you to 07 to respect LeBron?
To where, yeah, but before I really was like, damn, he's good. And because what had he done? He went head to head with Gil, right? He went head to head with Gilbert Arenas. And I remember this because I was a Gilbert Arenas fan. I like Gilbert Arenas. Those Wizards Cavs finals were very entertaining 4-5 matchups. LeBron, they brought in Larry Hughes, they brought in Mo Williams. You know, he had Delonte West.
Hey, look here.
Who was also an all-star. He's a one-time all-star, but he was fucking all-star. People act like Zydrunas Ilgauskas was not one of these European players too.
I mean, you're making this team sound so much better than the goddamn.
No, the Sixers team might have not had a bench, but like AI. For one, Larry Brown was the coach. Let's start it. Mike Brown versus Larry Brown. I'm gonna take Larry Brown. Dikembe Mutombo is a Hall of Famer, so AI played with a Hall of Famer
who couldn't get him a bucket. Who provided no offensive.
It goes to the Shaq argument. Who the fuck was Shaq playing against this entire time? Who the fuck were the centers? There weren't any.
No. Hey, no.
T-Mac can say, "Oh, if
the centers couldn't do nothing. The centers couldn't do nothing with him."
It's because you were Kobe's peer. All these dudes, AI, they're all the same position as Kobe. But when we look at who the fuck Shaq played, Dikembe Mutombo was the best center in the NBA. Post David Robinson was on his last leg, bro. At the end.
He was Dikembe was never the best center in the league.
Yeah, Shaq always was. I'm saying that he was second. He was second, bro. From 01 on, Dikembe, it was a revolving door. But I'm just saying that there weren't any bona fide centers. There were plenty of fucking guards and wings that would be the Kobe comp at the time. There weren't any in the fucking 2000s, bro. Yao Ming was supposed to have been that person, and he was never healthy. And then even when he was healthy, Yao Ming was not better than Shaq. He might get more votes in an all-star game to start over him, but, like, he was never better than Shaq. Then Dwight Howard comes along. Shaq did not have any fucking competition. By that time, Pat Ewing, Akeem Olajuwon, David Robinson were all out of the picture. When Shaq became an MVP, who's the best center in the NBA outside of Shaq in 2000? Let's look it up. Was it Dale? Who the fuck was the best center?
No, hey, let me tell you. You asked a fucking question. It was Shaq, Dwight Howard, Yao Ming, and Ben Wallace.
Okay, and Shaq if Dwight would be second on that list, and you tell me, show me with your hands, what's the margin between Shaq and Dwight Howard? It's a very big margin. It's not even that close. And think about it, Dwight's a 4-time DPOY. It ain't even close. That shit's not close in reality.
Stop it. You're not going to disrespect
Well, show me with your hand. How close? You're saying it's this? What are you
saying?
saying?
I'm not saying it's that. I'm not saying it's that.
I think it's this. Yeah.
It's not.
Bro,
Shaq was way better than Dwight. I'm not arguing that, but like,
I'm not even gonna say way better.
Go through history.
We don't even have to talk about
but go through history and tell me who's gonna give Lakers Shaq a problem on the defensive end. When Shaq is on offense, who's gonna give Lakers Shaq?
The point is that Dikembe, right, at the time, he's one of the best
dog food, and he was fucking dog food.
He fucked him. Yes, he did fuck him.
Yes, he was dog food.
But all I'm saying is that Shaq's dominance began when the great centers went away. Shaq's the last of a dying breed, if we really want to look at it. Because as good as Dwight is, he's also, I mean, Shaq's an athletic center, certainly in his prime. But like,
don't even try to disrespect Dwight like that.
Athletic prime, he's a Magic player. And
but like,
right?
But don't try to downplay what Dwight was.
Shaq's not athletic.
No, I'm not talking about Shaq. I'm talking about Dwight. You about to shit on Dwight?
I'm not shitting on Dwight. What I'm saying is that Dwight Howard wasn't. Would you look at him as a traditional center, a traditional one? In today's game, yes.
No, he was a traditional center when he came into the league, and then the game started changing.
Post moves like them dudes. He's not like any of the other great centers. He, to me, was the hybrid He couldn't shoot or anything, obviously, but like he did
He
everything
no
else.
he no 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 he wasn't allowed to.
Maybe so, well, okay. Well, even if he wasn't allowed to, the point is that that's what it was. That is what
Yeah,
it was.
but you gotta
That's why I'm
understand.
saying he's a hot. Like he's not like them. He's
But
a
he
great
played,
player. He's just not them.
bro. The nigga scored on the block. What are you talking about?
Dwight Howard's career high for points is probably in a season 23 or 24. I'd be shocked if it was above 24. If he ever had a 25 a game season, I'd be shocked.
But the league wasn't playing through centers like by the time Dwight Howard became a guy.
That's fine, but that doesn't change. That doesn't change what I'm saying about the Shaq.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying it to change what you're saying. I'm just telling you what you're saying is. I'm not going to say it's wrong. I just think, yeah, I just don't agree with it.
That's fine, but that's why we have this podcast because.
But hold on, but hold on. You was trying to throw some smut on Shaq and his dominance and all of that shit.
When did I throw smut on it?
Talking about some Shaq and when the league was when the Senators left the league. Hey, bro, that nigga averaged 23 as a rookie. He was seventh in MVP vote and averaged 29 in his second year.
Nobody said that he wasn't good.
And 29 in his third year, 27 in his fourth year, and 26 his first year with the Lakers, and 28 with the Lakers, and 26 with the Lakers, then 30 with the Lakers, and 29 with the Lakers.
What year did he start averaging 30? Was it 99, 2000? Yes or no?
That was 29.7. But his first 29.3 was 93, 94. Then he did it again in 94, 95.
I get that. He's the focal point, bad for a new franchise. I'm asking, when it went back up, was that the year that he won MVP?
Yeah.
When everybody was fucking done, that was a center.
Yeah, but the years in between his MVP
there were good years. I'm not disputing Shaq. I'm
27, 26, 28, 26. Stop it.
I don't dispute Shaq.
The competition didn't matter.
It did fucking matter.
No, it didn't.
Win beforehand. Like that's why Penny Hardaway isn't Kobe Bryant. We could compare these guys to the Oklahoma State Thunder and being like, oh, they were young, right? You could say, well, it was Penny's third year, Shaq's fourth or third, second, fourth, whatever year they were when they played the.
Yeah, who wins championships that year in that point in their career? Who wins championships that early in their career?
They're in the NBA. It's seldom. We see it in the NFL all the time. Now
we're not talking about the NFL.
Apples and oranges, but I'm just saying.
Hey! We actually got to cut this. We're at one. We're at an hour 15.
Transition. I'm not gonna lie. Transition this real quick. I will be right back.
All right. So the next portion of the show, while Rich is gone, is we're going to be talking about our NFL predictions from last year. We're going to be recapping the NFL season. Obviously, last week we recapped the Super Bowl, and we told you all we would come back. We would pull up what we did. Excuse me. We pull up what we predicted to start the season, and now we're going to see who was right, who was wrong, and see where we missed. So when Parlay Pete gets back, I'll pull it up. But just a few thoughts on this past NFL season. As a Falcons fan, it was disappointing. While also it was somewhat invigorating. There were some good things that we saw, and now we go into another offseason, somewhat confused. Got a Madden head coach, and hopefully it works out. I'm positive about it. I'm optimistic, but we'll see what happens when the games actually start. Let's see. Let me put this up. Let me see. Actually, let me exit full screen real quick. Oh, that's odd. Just a random picture of me, Cindy, and Lo on like Valentine's Day a few years ago just popped up on my screen.
It could be a memory, like how Snapchat will do it or whatever.
Let's see. Is this what I want? Oh, no. Yep, here we go. All right, guys. Ew, I don't like it this way. Do you?
It's a little bit harder to kind of
No, I don't want to just my face. No, I don't want to do that.
Well, that's gonna be the way we have to do it.
Or do it
Or
like
yeah, or
that.
you
It's
just
like
completely get us off.
nobody wants to look at that on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, this is ugly. You know what? We'll work on it. Sorry, guys.
We can just run through
Um,
it quickly too, though.
yeah. Hold on. Let's slide one, buddy. All right. Yeah. So we might as well start. Dang, I was about to press the button and forgot that I can't press the button.
Ah, so okay, you just only got everything else working.
Yeah, bro. I'm talking through the computer and using my Bluetooth headset. I'm not. This is just here for aesthetics because this is where I sit.
Well, you sound the same as opposed to without.
What do you mean I sound the same? Like I have the mic?
Yeah, it sounds like you're talking into the mic as opposed to when the technical difficulties we had before when you were talking.
Okay.
You sound
That's
like it
good.
works. That's what it's normal to me. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. So let's start with the Falcons. I'll let you go first on the Falcons. Pause.
Yeah. Just to recap kind of our football year here. I obviously chose the home team to, do what they hadn't done in a long time. And of course, I'm disappointed as I have been the last 8 years. But actually, well, 9 if we're talking about winning the division, but 8 in terms of just making the playoffs. Period. But according to the receipts that we got here, I said that we would win the division, which we did tie for first. So I don't feel as bad from the prediction standpoint. I guess I said we would win it as opposed to we will be in first. But, I can try and nigger rig it the best that I can. But I did say that we were dark horse Super Bowl contenders. And I think that obviously we weren't, but we showed flashes of it because we beat good football teams that were playing in the second round of the playoffs this year and third even. These were teams that we beat.
We just couldn't beat that one team in our division who played in the first round of the playoffs. If we would have beat them one time, we would have been in the playoffs.
If we beat the Jets, we would have been in. Like, and
Damn.
it's just,
No,
we beat the
no, no,
Dolphins without Mike.
no. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm going to talk
Well, the
about the
Jets game,
division.
you can.
No, for me, it's the division because it's about winning the freaking division.
You're right. Beating the teams in your division is what matters. And last year we were 4-2 in that.
What were we this year? 2-4.
Beat the Saints twice, and we beat Tampa once. We were 3-3.
That's right, 3-3.
So yeah, if we went 4-2 again, we win a division, which gets to your first point that we have here: competitive if pass rush hits, which it did. Were we competitive?
Yeah,
I guess it.
I mean, we tied for first, and it didn't feel like it because of the arc of the season. But I mean, we were competitive against the Patriots. We were competitive against the 49ers. Uh, those were good teams. You know what I mean? We beat the Bills. Who else did we beat? Though we beat the Rams. Yeah, we beat the Rams. So yeah, the pass rush worked. My offensive line concerns were not too much of a problem. It was the quarterback position. It was coaching and quarterback ultimately. And looking back on the season, I'll say this: I put entirely too much pressure on Michael Penix, and I expected too much from Michael Penix going into the season. And that's my biggest wrong on the Falcons. Um, just being wrong about the quarterback and how my expectations of the quarterback, the whole thing. You know what I mean?
We all, well, I think that maybe we all didn't, but I think that a majority of anyone that's a fan of the team and knew who we drafted and what we thought we had, we overassessed the quarterback position from the standpoint of and it's crazy because, the talk coming into the season was Kirk Cousins, right? Like, are we going to trade him? Like, there was like a lot of like dialogue about him and, well, why are they keeping him? And then it's like, well, because if Penix gets hurt, which is literally what we were all saying, if Penix gets hurt, then at least we have Kirk Cousins. And in our case, it didn't work out. It just didn't work out the way we wanted it to. You lose a lot of close games, but then on top of that, you got off to such a bad start. And it was the opposite of the season before. We got off to a very good start.
Hey, we're just quick one-liners on the Falcons because we've broken that. We've killed the Falcons on.
We're going to spend as much time as we can on them. Now, I'm going to end this, but I'm saying, all in all, it didn't work, and that's why everybody lost their jobs. And we're looking forward to this season with Coach Fan.
Yeah, the Madden coach. So we're gonna start with the AFC East. Oh yeah, I definitely got the wrong one up. That's great. Let's start with the AFC East. So we both picked the Bills to win the division because that seemed to be the common sense thing to do. It was chalk. Nobody knew what the Patriots were going to be. I knew the Dolphins were going to have culture problems, and the Jets started Justin Fields to start the season. So
yeah, exactly.
Hey, real quick, since we're here, do you think Aaron Glenn is just catching way too much flack for a season one when his quarterback room was Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor, and at the beginning of the season, he's pretty much like, "Hey, this is going to take a while because we have to get our culture and we have to get our guys bought in and the guys here who do what we need them to do." That tells me, hey, we're not going to be good this year. Give us some time to build this whole thing out because I can't, I'm not Coach Prime. I just can't show up with my Louis luggage on day one and they're on the team,
I think that Aaron Glenn at the end of the day was somebody that took a job that nobody wanted. And it's not that he couldn't have waited like how Ben Johnson did the year before.
He couldn't. He couldn't. He's a black defensive coordinator. He had to strike while the iron was hot.
Yeah, because look at the jobs that were open this year. Would he have gotten any of these?
No. Maybe
maybe the Titans, possibly. But Bob Saleh, and certainly not if the Lions finished the way they did.
Well, Bob Saleh looks better to the people around football than Aaron Glenn. And the way that Aaron Glenn was covered, for one, overcovered, because who gives a fuck about the Jets besides the suits at the four-letter?
The New York media.
He was discussed in a way that just – they talk about Raheem Morris disappointing as a head coach. You know what I mean? Let's not talk about the first-time head coach who goes to one of the most dysfunctional franchises in sports and does not have a starting quarterback on his roster and say, "Hey, man, should we fire Aaron Glenn this year?"
Yeah.
All right, man. But anyways, the Patriots won the division. Shocking, but not shocking.
It was shocking they won it. I'm not shocked they went to the playoffs. But I am shocked that they went to the Super Bowl and that they won the division.
It's yes. Like at the beginning of the year, though, if somebody said, "Hey, Drake May takes a step, the Bills take a slight step back, and the Patriots have a good schedule and a good defense, they'll win the division." It doesn't sound crazy.
No.
And like you had them as a playoff team. I think I had them close to the playoff. I think I had them like feisty, a competitive team, but not necessarily in the playoffs. But yeah, they made it to the Super Bowl. Hey, Drake May beat Josh Allen to the dance.
So even just based on this prediction map we got here, I thought that they would be better than the Dolphins and the Jets, obviously, right? But like, I think Mike Vrabel again was kind of what makes you feel that way. It's just that he's a culture shifter. He's a patriot himself. So like I feel like there's got to be a little bit more pride in it because of just where it is. Like it's just even better for him. But like Nobody saw Drake May being as great as he was, and good for them. They shit the bed in the Super Bowl, but they
Hey,
exceeded all expectations.
I think for how they do MVP, I definitely think the league got MVP right this year. I mean, I'm just saying Matthew
It was
Stafford over
one
Drake
vote
May.
off, right? Like from it, like
Yeah,
being
that.
a tie.
Yeah,
And
that
the guy that
Justin.
voted the first place vote for, well, he
Yeah, your
didn't
boy.
vote for either of them. He had
Yeah,
May second, but he
He
voted
voted for Herbert.
yeah, and he explained it or whatever on Twitter, and it was like
It made sense.
he's like, well, he had
I
no line, just like it's like what?
I I appreciate it because he didn't go with groupthink.
Well, he didn't Tony Dungy his way out of like getting Belichick out of Napoleon. These people that like have an issue with the greatest, like he didn't do it that way. He didn't like avoid conversation,
Um,
knowing that everybody knows, man, you're a voter. What did you do? Like,
hey dog, I was listening to some Levitard yesterday,
yeah,
and it made me wish we had an Atlanta guy with a national voice like that. Because I'm listening to
it should be us.
Miami. It would be great because
It should
I'm
be,
listening
yeah, it will, but it should be us.
because I'm listening to him get into all this deep Miami stuff. Dude, we got to make friends with a reporter. That's what we really need to do. We need a reporter. We need to go to camp this year, and we need to find a fucking
We can
reporter.
do that. We absolutely should do that.
We need to get cool with a reporter who. You know what I mean? We just need like because if we can get with a reporter who can give us the information that we don't have to go look for sometimes. Like, dude doesn't have to be on the show. Nobody has to know him. Like, I don't want people to know that
No,
we
we
know
just
him.
want inside information. We just want to cover it journalistically, and
Yes, and we have day jobs, so we don't always have time to plan out a full show, do what we do in our personal time, and then also be deep in the weeds on the Falcons, where it is hard to find good, credible, entertaining talk about it. But anyways, Levitar and them were talking about the Dolphins, and I'm like, man, you know, fans are so fucking delusional. Because yes, it was time to clean house in Miami. But the way that they talk about the McDaniels and the Tua situation, they're just like, and 26 years later, we're still where we were since Marino left. I'm like, dog, at least Mike McDaniels got you to the playoffs twice. You know, he gave you hope. He
exactly.
Tua looked Tua earned his contract. I mean,
No,
on
they
the
really didn't.
I mean, his injuries would have stopped me from wanting to pay him. But what he put on the field with Mike McDaniels when healthy, he was a
Somebody
$45
should
million
really
dollar
give
quarterback.
him another chance. If you gave Sam Darnold another chance, him and Kyler
Oh,
Murray both will get another chance. But
and
what it
Tua
is
deserves another
nobody's
chance.
crazy. Like they're waiting on them to get cut because both of them are going to get signed and will start somewhere next year. But they're going to have
And
to
they
get.
should.
Nobody is trading for their salary.
I
Nobody.
mean, let's be real. As far as what we've seen on the field, Tua and Kyler Murray have definitely put more together than what Baker did. I mean, excuse me, what Sam Darnold did.
And Baker.
Hold on. They did more than Geno did, and Geno got multiple chances.
The
And
only thing Baker
and
did
Baker
was win a playoff game. Outside of that, statistically, they both done better than him.
exactly. So if Baker got multiple chances, Sam got multiple chances. Let me throw in a black guy. Geno got multiple chances. Like these
But Gino
guys.
kind of is similar to Darnold in terms of like he backed up in like the Chargers, he backed up the Giants, he backed up a few fucking places.
Wasn't he like the first black quarterback to start for the Giants and broke Eli's streak?
Yeah, exactly right. And it's weird. He's more known. You think he's more known for that than he is being a Jets bust, or
I think he's
because now
in
he's
New
not
York.
a bust, but he's because he was a second round pick anyway. It's not like Gino was like a
He,
top
but,
10
he, he- but he was second quarterback taken, so it was a weak quarterback class.
and he's still the best quarterback in that class.
Well, everybody was like, "What are the Bills doing when they drafted EJ Manuel?" Like, if anybody went first in that draft, first round, it should have been Gino.
What did you think of EJ Manuel at the time? We're not going to get into that because we got more to do, but I'm just curious.
Like
Like,
then,
when he was at Florida State, like, did you think EJ Manuel was good?
thought he was gonna go to the NFL. I didn't expect him to do anything. He did what I expected him to do. I just expected him to get drafted later. But real quick, last thing on the AFC East, I think what Mike McDaniel did in his time as the head coach of the Miami Dolphins has set him up to become a premier offensive coordinator for the next 20
Yeah.
years. And he'll get another head coaching job and he'll fucking probably be better, but maybe not good enough. But who knows? But he's young and he's brilliant. And there's a lot that he's going to learn, especially coaching under Jim. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to learn a lot. And he's going to be a guy to watch in the NFL. And I'm not saying as a head coach. I'm just saying whatever team he's at, he's going to be somebody to pay attention to.
And he
You
should
want to
be.
get to the AFC South now?
I don't see why not.
We were wrong.
Yeah, exactly. We were wrong. We both had the Texans winning. We weren't too far fetched though. They just got off to such a slow start. I think they started 0-2 or 0-3. So
Yeah, but they still made the playoffs.
They still made the playoffs, and they made it to the second round. They made it past the division winner, which was Jacksonville. So, from our estimation, we were kind of right. But
Yeah,
but
they did their usual. Their second round exit.
But you know what? Too, here's the other aspect of that. That division in general, although they had been kind of the Kang the Conquerors, or however anyone would want to phrase it, at the end of the day, I don't think that CJ Stroud got hurt. He played like dog shit in playoffs, obviously. I think in both games, actually. He played like dog shit against the Steelers too. So it wasn't like that was new. He just played a better team than the Steelers in New England in worse weather conditions. But all in all, you were right, at least on the money, at least based on what this says here. It says Trevor Lawrence underrated, which you're saying you don't remember saying. Because I know that you shit on him, but now like you don't, but like,
Well, I probably was saying that he was overrated, and but hey, he was a top 5 MVP.
AI's got to get his kinks too, right?
Yeah, but he had a top 5 MVP season. He played great. He won his division, led his team to the playoffs. He put on for the
won
Bills.
13 games.
Yeah, and like since we're talking about him, I need people to know who may not be who are local and listen to this, who may not be a fan of my Trevor Lawrence commentary. I'm a fan. I want him to be successful. He's from my hometown. But when I say, hey, I don't see it, I see the talent, but I'm not seeing it on the field. I'm looking at his numbers.
It's constructive criticism. It's not.
Yeah, I'm not saying it from a place of like, oh, I didn't go to Cartersville High School. I'm hating. It's like, no, bro. Like, I want you to be great and do well. But the AFC South is a feisty division. It's competitive, and if Dan Dimes comes back next year, I think it's going to be an interesting division to watch.
That's about all I got. If we were for a letter, we would sit here and I'd say, "Give me your way too early prediction."
Nigga, I'm next.
Even though the draft and free agency had happened, it's like the season's over. Let's talk about it. Like, don't you hate fucking ESPN?
Yeah, I don't watch it. Oh my god, can you read that?
No, I can't. I can pull it on my phone though.
Yeah, pull up on your phone.
But I know that we're in the NFC North next, and we both picked the Packers.
No, but that shouldn't be it. Hold on.
I am pretty sure we both picked the Packers though, because I was pretty convinced. And if I remember correctly, I think maybe that was the week Micah Parsons got traded. But like going into it, I already kind of had liked the Packers. there was something about the idea of like that team. We all expected a Detroit drop off because they weren't going to win 15 games again, but we were also like, or are they going to win 12 or 13 again? They went 12-5 and then 15-2. The idea is that most of the time, unless you're an elite team that wins Super Bowls, you don't the Falcons have never had, not that fuck the Falcons, a lot of teams, even the Patriots, like any team doesn't normally go from 13-15 to 13 again. You got to be pretty, I don't know, you got to be really good. In Detroit's case, they had a lot of injuries, but like with Green Bay specifically, Micah getting hurt, I think definitely hurt them. They should have and could have beat the Bears. They didn't. Bears end up winning the division. Like, who would have, I don't think any of us were like, oh, the Bears are going to win this division. Like, we didn't expect Caleb Williams to we knew he would get better, but Ben Johnson did mean a lot to that, and he meant a lot to Detroit too, which is the other thing I think that we could take away from this. Green Bay, they're keeping LaFleur. It'll be very interesting what they end up doing, but we were both wrong on that.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is.
And the Vikings are talking about 9. We can talk about 9, but the reality is,
I don't want to talk about it.
I said the Vikings are definitely going to finish last because actually this makes it a little bit deeper of a conversation. We can move on because I know we
can't go deep.
Well, we won't go deep. We're going to touch the cervix, but the point is, all I'm saying is that probably more than likely what I had said there was similar to what everybody else is saying today. Now that we know Seattle won the Super Bowl, you went 14-3, and you let a dude walk for somebody that hasn't played yet. In what world does that work if Andrew Luck or like one of those prospects isn't the dude that is the quarterback? And even then, coming off an injury, if he doesn't accept, I would have given Sam Darnold, if I'm Minnesota, hindsight now, I would have given that nigga a 1 year.
I would have gave him the same. I would have given
him like a top 10 quarterback on a 1 year deal, like a franchise tag of some sort, or even a 2 year with like
give him the deal that he got. You know what I mean? 3 years, 150 guaranteed. So if you cut bait after year 1 because you see that you like something in 9, then you're only eating 20 million. But then you're looking at your quarterback room and you're not paying 9 anything. So if he's playing as well as Sam Darnold played, you know what I mean? Well, you're paying that price for the quarterback. Yeah, it's not favorable because you want to have the cheap quarterback and make everything work. But, you know, there are fantasy owners out here who had Justin Jefferson and pretty much just got worldly screwed the entire season because Justin Jefferson was only good when 9 was hurt.
Well, and I feel like 9, their question was always going to be, well, if 9 never gets.
Hey, we've talked about 9 too much. Let's get to the AFC North where we were all wrong.
Chance to shine, then
fuck him. AI didn't find the AFC North in anything I got.
It didn't. I'm looking on this now. I'm looking on the Chat GBT one.
It's not there.
Okay, so it's like the same thing. Well, North. I'm pretty sure we both picked the Ravens.
I know I picked the Ravens.
Yeah, you had them winning it.
Yeah,
right?
You know.
Is them in Green Bay? Yeah, them in Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna pick the Ravens again every year.
None of us picked Seattle and fucking New England. So that's
and none of us picked the Steelers to win the division.
I think I probably had them as a playoff team, but like
I think I did too.
Just because I thought Aaron Rodgers would, even though the Arthur Smith thing, but I probably had the Bengals making it as well. I think that was going to be one of those divisions where I'm like, well, 3 teams will make it. He gets hurt early, kaputs that. We knew the Browns weren't going to be shit, and so.
And they got a Pro Bowl quarterback.
And then AFC West, as we've been beating the hell out of the drum of the Patrick Mahomes, they're not going. This was finally the fucking year it happened. But we were just like, man, I'm telling you, they're gonna regress. Like,
But here's the thing, dog. They were regressing. They were just so much better than everybody else.
but even before Pat blows his knee,
Yeah.
they were still regret. Like, even if he didn't get hurt, I still don't think they make it. They wouldn't have made it. They weren't gonna make the playoffs that year. Or this year. But
shout out to Jim for winning the division.
well,
Sean, sorry. Oh golly, I'm tripping. Shout out to Sean for winning the division. Jim making the playoffs. Oh, I think
well,
that
we knew
I
it would be
think
one of those. We all knew the Raiders weren't going to be. Some people
I
did
think
think the Raiders could be a surprise team.
fuck yeah, they're stupid. I think that the Chiefs are going to regress to the mean over the next 5 years, and it's going to be a joy to watch more competitive
Too
football.
early hot take?
I don't think that's a too early hot take.
No, come on. Tell me, where do they finish next year?
I'm not doing that. I don't know. There hasn't been a draft or free agency. I'm not going to.
Jeremiah Love is who they draft.
I don't. No, I'm not. I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to wait until the draft, and I'm going to wait till we do our prediction show.
Certainly missed some time, right?
I'm going to wait for our prediction show at the end of August or early September, and that's when people will know where I think they finish. Like, I'm not going to just.
We'll talk about it after the draft, maybe a little too, just to tease.
We talked about NFC North, NFC South, NFC East,
NFC West, which is where our Super Bowl champion comes.
Let's do them last. Let's do NFC East first. We probably both picked Philly.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we probably both picked Philly because I definitely thought, similar to there was a regression that we knew was coming from Washington. Nobody thought that they were going to be.
Yeah.
Philly winning it all last year, and just as like everything about them, probably figure they won. We probably both agree that they.
Yeah, but we didn't. It's like you're not going to pick the Giants with Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart, and we weren't going to pick Dallas with Shoddy. But shout out to Shoddy because he had a hell of a season.
I remember this though. I did take a shit on him. I definitely took a shit on him because
you owe him an apology.
I do. I do. I think that the way I
got the NFC West too, though, so we can get to Steve.
Yeah. Just real quick, I took a shit on Dallas simply because they stuck with what they did. What Buffalo's doing now, they basically it's the same regime to a degree. Is that fair?
I mean, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. So let's look at the NFC West, though. Neither of us picked Seattle.
No.
I
think I had the 49ers finishing.
Both picked the Rams.
I think I had the 49ers finishing last in the division. I thought that the Cardinals would be spicy. I think I had the Cardinals at 3, Seattle at 2, the Rams at 1, and the 49ers at 4.
I know I didn't pick San Francisco to go last, but I think that this was one of those divisions too where I was like, don't be surprised if the Cardinals are a 7-10, 8-9 last place.
Yeah.
Which if that is the case, we were right that this was going to be one of the better divisions in the league.
Yeah, we knew that.
Your last place team has either that or everybody is cannibalizing each other in their 10-7 and 11-6 or something. Like
or they're the NFC South. 3-8-9.
Right, where you have 3-8-9 teams. Yeah, I was about to say 7-9. 3-8-9 teams.
And the Saints.
Who, if they beat us, they are also 8-9. So it's not like they fell too far from the tree.
No, shout out to my guy, what's his name? South Carolina, Oklahoma. You know the quarterback.
Garcia?
No, their starter at the beginning of the year.
For
the Saints. South Carolina.
Rattler.
Yeah, my guy Spence. Yeah, Tyler Badgett, and then who's the guy who finally
we getting shucked tonight? We getting shucked
tonight? Yeah, Ian Shuck.
Yeah.
But all in all, making these NFL preseason predictions are so difficult because you don't know who's getting better. You don't know who's going to get hurt. You don't know who's going to fit in. You don't know which coaches are going to work. which loss of a coordinator is going to actually truly affect the team, all of these different things. So it's fun to put these predictions out here. And hey, guys, we're going to be somewhat accountable. Maybe next year, I'll actually save the predictions
But
so
you
that.
normally write them down. Look at what the
Oh,
internet and AI has done to us. Lee, you used to write this stuff down.
I mean, I was depressed when we did that first episode.
Wow. That's why you were writing it because you were depressed.
No, I'm saying like that's why I wasn't writing it because my head wasn't in the game.
Oh, you're saying
I
at
was,
the time. I got
yeah, I was battling demons.
you. Demon.
Shit, man. So let's do a little bit of culture. I think that's important to talk about.
We
Because
got
we
15
hadn't. I mean,
minutes.
huh?
I said we got about 15 minutes if we follow the time schedule.
Well, apparently. Oh no, we are because I've got to do some stuff when we get off here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Now I got to go talk to my mom about some insurance stuff, and I got to call Lo because when we got done yesterday, I she was already asleep. So what do we got? Cardi B had a Blueface on Smedium. You want to start there? Because I don't.
We can. I don't see why not. I
I,
mean,
let's talk about Steve first because I think that's important. Did you watch the interview?
cliffhanger to Cardi B. Let's just run through that quickly, as I'm sure he would like to do.
Her butt looked really nice on that stage when she was
She's
throwing
got a
it on
fat
the floor.
ass, Lee. She's got a fat ass.
Look it in a bowl of grits.
She's got a fat ass. I'm not mad at that, brother. I know that. I guess the bust down. She's on the remix, so I'm assuming that's
Yeah,
why he was out there.
yeah.
She's got a fat ass. She's going through a breakup. Charleston White said it best. He says she's a cum bucket, but you didn't hear that from me saying that he said it best. I'm just saying what he said. But the point is,
And nobody described her better than him. Is what you're saying?
no, but he was just basing it off of the turn of events from the Super Bowl until that moment.
Would you deposit it into that bucket?
Yeah. But again, I brought this up. Anyone that's been a fan of the show and has listened, we did a BBL March Madness last year. I wonder if we'll have another one or something similar. I know it was like going around while we did it, but I'm pretty sure Cardi had won. I know she was in the finals. I just think she won. I forgot who she went against, though. She actually eliminated Kim K in the first round because we were like, well, it's like LeBron like playing in the playoffs at this point. It's like, well, we don't expect him to win, but will we be surprised if he did? No.
I'm actually about to see if Chat GPT can find it.
You should. I'm pretty sure that that's who we had because we had Justice as the culture referee in that segment because he joined as an ass lover himself. I am a
Uh,
petty man, but the point is, I love it. I love women. I love beauty, but we had him because he's an ass aficionado himself, just as you are. And so the thing is that I think that the tiebreaker it was between her and someone else. It wasn't beyond. It was like no, because it was BBLs and
yeah.
Beyonce's is real. So
Yeah, I don't remember who won, but it was
I'm
a
pretty sure it
fun.
was
It was a fun exercise in man stuff. I couldn't
crazy
find it.
ass. But you tell us more about Steve and the jive and shit that he talks.
Well, Steve is he's busy right now.
Busy doing what? Preparing for
Preparing,
or
preparing, preparing to prepare to leave this country.
so he's a
And
team leaver.
and I came across a post from a great room, from the great chat room, group chat. Sorry, it came from a page called the Melanin Shade Room. And this was posted on this page. This chick said, when Stephen A. Smith said he considered running for president, I laughed. But then I remembered I didn't take Donald Trump seriously when he ran. I thought no one would vote for him for obvious reasons. I was wrong. I said all that to say I'm dedicating small parts of my day to ensure this nigga can't even walk for president starting today. Can't take no more chances. there's enough anti-blacks in office. Now, I don't agree. I'm not going to call Stephen A. Smith anti-black. I think that I think to be black is so nuanced, so that just because somebody doesn't share your views on blackness, or how black people should become successful, or whatever the case may be, doesn't make them anti-black.
Okay.
And this is not me caping for Steve, because if you know me, you know I'm not a fan of Steve.
Yeah, you're not a Steve Caper.
No, but he did sit down and have an interview. He did sit down and have an
Steve.
interview Sunday. Yes, Steve, did you not watch it?
I call Steve sleep. I actually did not watch the whole thing. I know we've been sending like snippets of it, but I did not watch the whole thing. Maybe I can
I
watch
watched
it.
I watched about 15 minutes of it. So here's one important thing he talked about, talking about his some of his policy agendas. Oh golly, I can't play it.
Why?
I'm not hooked up. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
But long story short, he said we wouldn't have a border crisis under my watch. Hell no. We
Yeah,
wouldn't
but I heard
have
that
this.
part.
We haven't had this crime that exists in the streets of New York. We ain't defunding any police. I'll be damned if I'm going to have less police officers out there. There's going to be more. So, two things. I I understand for messaging people have to talk about this border crisis,
Mm-hmm.
but there are underground tunnels. And if the dope and the people come through the underground tunnels, does it really matter what you do above the ground?
No.
Okay. So the border crisis will always be a problem, guys. Um, and then the whole, liberals are bad at messaging. When you hear defund the police, what do you think?
I think of they are doing such a bad job overall to where we're safer without their presence. Even though
Okay,
we know that we need them.
what does
If that doesn't
defund
even
the
make sense,
yeah, I know what you're saying. Do you know what defund the police actually means?
let's take away resources for them to be able to respond quicker and do their job better.
It is it's pretty much let's just reallocate funding and let's change policing. We don't need police to respond to everything. Sometimes we need other people to step in, to help solve the problem, to maintain, peace in your community without a guy with a gun showing up all the time.
Yeah.
It's not get rid of the police. Are there people on the defund the police side who actually want to get rid of police? Yes. Is there an argument by some of the more woke, and I mean real woke, not what the white people say is woke?
Yeah.
People who say, "Hey, police, they're new age slave catchers," and so no, we don't need them. I think we need police. Do I think we need more police? No. Uh, do I think we need less police? I don't know. But what I do know is that a lot of the safest places don't have a strong police presence, because
Yeah.
they're fucking safe. So there aren't police. So more police don't lead to more safety. You
You,
know,
I don't think a lot of people realize that normally when a crime is being committed, that police, for the most part, are not in the general vicinity. I guess you can complain about how quickly they could get there, and I'll be very quick with this because my neighbor called me today, and she's getting a violation for something about here at my house, but she was telling me it wasn't nothing like that. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
brought to her attention that I said, I was fucking robbed at gunpoint in this very place once, and I said they seem to care more about some shit on a house that nobody saw. Now that's HOA, which I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
confuse the two, but I'm just saying in
yeah.
the sense of that's a crime that was committed specifically against me that I can talk about, but it didn't have anything to do with police presence or time.
No,
So the things
because
that people are overreacting to that are about that, normally their heat of the moment shit, especially from a left wing side. I'm sure that it's more of a these people aren't policing correctly.
Yes, and that's really what it
They
is.
don't
So
have
when
enough
you're
training to deal with these situations because I guess they don't happen very often.
right, and there's ways to express that, like, hey, we're going to take a comprehensive examination of policing and policing practices in the United States. We're going to ask the states for input. We're going to work with different criminal justice scholars. We're going to work with people who have worked in
You sound
prisons.
like someone from the right wing saying this.
Well, no, we're going to work with all of these different people to come up with actual reform to make our
You sound like
streets
someone from
safer.
the right wing saying this.
But I actually mean it. I don't mean just more
No, I
police
know.
in the
But I'm
hood.
saying from a left side, it's not. I don't
I
have
know,
any.
I know.
But I'm saying from a left side, it's a no. I'm going to be a cunt about it. You know what I mean? That's basically.
Yeah,
It's like that is what that shit is. Like,
and that's the problem with the left so often is they're like, if you
they
don't
want
agree with us, you're
converted to the
stupid.
right. Does that make
Yeah,
sense? Like,
yeah, it's crazy. But back to Steve really quickly, right? And here's one of the reasons why I take time to step on his presidential run.
yeah,
Steve is factually incorrect on sports far too often for my liking. Steve says things that just sound stupid at times. Steve is good at presenting an argument, but he's not good at actually making one. You know what I mean?
yeah. Steve.
So if you're not good at the job that you're paid $20 million a year to do, and I don't mean good as in attracting ratings, I mean being a valuable
It's the
source of
line.
information that people can rely on, right? What the hell makes me think that you are properly preparing yourself to lead this country when you haven't had public office? You haven't done anything in public office before. I don't know you to be a guy who's ran a business. You know what I mean? Like I said this about President Trump. He's an international businessman. He has experience dealing with government and policies and getting people
He
to
touches them
do.
motherfuckers. Balls.
Well,
He
yeah,
no.
well, it will files, but allegedly, but no, that's real. He has like real
He's been
experience doing this.
and on both sides.
Yes, and now
He's a
Steve, and
switch.
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. This is not me saying this is not me supporting President Trump because I didn't vote for him. I don't support him. I hate how he's eroding our democracy, and him winning the presidency opens the door for guys like Steve. And here's the thing. Now we know that most presidents are puppets. You're just a figurehead.
Yes.
But when you start bringing somebody who's not a politician into this just because they're popular and people respond to them, we now know that our politics are being manipulated by people who don't want to be bound to the rules and laws of being in office.
Correct.
So Steve, he's gonna have handlers. He's gonna have so many puppet strings on him that, bro, it's not even worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not cool. And then I'm sorry, dog. I don't want to turn on my television and the State of the Union is fucking Steve.
Well, it opens up with my aquarium saying, "Welcome to the presidential debate." I'm my aquarium. And he's like, and today we've got Stephen A. Smith, because that is what it kind of turns into.
Yeah, man. It's nasty. It's disgusting, and I'm not a fan of it. And I promise you guys, almost every week I'm gonna have something bad to say about Steve and and his potential run for president because I think it's bad for the country. I think it's bad for Black America. I think it's bad for Steve.
Well, he's a nasty bitch. Think about what you think about what a nasty bitch is. Some people it's guilty pleasure. Others they just they shake their heads. They SMH it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
nasty bitch.
Hey, Parlay P, I think that's a great way to end it, man.
It is.
Hey, we'll do this again next week.
I'm down.
All right, sounds good. Hey guys. Village Vets throwing a party in Cartersville next weekend at the Cellar, 8 to 12. The link to the pre-sales is in the description.
I'm gonna have to get a babysitter to do this, but I'm gonna get it done. So I'll be out there too.
Shout out to my guy. I was actually thinking about that because I'm like, oh shit, he's with his daughter
That's the
this
weekend. That
weekend.
is the weekend.
But yeah, I was like, oh shit, that's baby weekend.
But I got it. I already got it. I'm just gonna. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive to my dad's house, and he's okay, and they're gonna go to church the next morning. So, but I'm staying at your house, obviously. So
yeah. Obviously,
yeah.
Hey, but hey, Parlay Pete, this was great, man. Let me go get out of here and figure out whatever the hell my mom wants, because she texted me on a show day saying, "Hey, can you come down here?" Uh,
Right,
like
you don't know what that even potentially could mean. But
well, she told me it's not a big deal. It's just like 5 minutes, but she doesn't bother me on show days to come down there. So like,
she wants to see you in person as opposed to it being.
Oh, yeah. So it's probably important, and that just makes me a little, antsy.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I'll leave everybody with this. So long, farewell to you, my friend. This would be a great way to end the show. Anywho, I'm not going to do the rest of the song. I'll holler at you, brother.
Hey guys, Steve A, 2028. Don't vote.
Right.